Uh-oh. Cool fucking frame drops? Dude. No, I just got it to work. Fuck. Damn it. Fuck, Capcom's like right about to start too. Dude, I can't do this right now. Okay, no, it's fine. Guys, it's okay. Guys, it's fine. Encoding overloaded? What? I don't have anything open. I have like MS Paint open. Close that shit. Hi. Hi. Welcome to Capcom. I've dropped 50% of frames. Oh shit! Thank you, Maxine, for the Prime subscription. 2 months. Welcome. Alright, if any of you are a child, do not watch this. I don't know what to expect from this conference, because this isn't even considered a big conference. But, like, maybe there'll be something. I mean, like, honest to God, I think Capcom makes more interesting things than fucking Ubisoft or, what is it? Square Enix. Oh, does it still say Microsoft? I forgot to change. Dude, my internet's been so bad today, I didn't even get to change. Okay. Said they would be real news? Mm-hmm. Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends at Capcom Fighters. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Our first stop today, Resident Evil Village. The Resident Evil franchise... People like that game, yeah? And now you can play it on PS3. Oh, E3's quiet? Here we go. Here it is. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message for the fans. Another time. Bye-bye. Soul Bad Guy will replace Ryu in Street Fighter 7. There he is. I'm assuming they're announcing DLC. Why else would they talk about a game that is already out? I think it's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now. God, sorry, I keep fucking dropping frames. We're in like poop right now.
Everyone. My name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May.
You're welcome. I didn't play it, but you're welcome.
As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil RE-verse, where players go
what is RE-verse?
Their favorite Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons. I'm now happy to announce that Resident Evil RE-verse will go live next month across all supported platforms. So head into the fray to celebrate the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Okay. I don't know what that means. I do love violence. RE-verse is a multiplayer shooter that kept delaying. They kept delaying. I just can't imagine how do you make like Resident Evil into like a multiplayer shooter. Because it's like survival horror.
Monster Hunter. Whether it's adventuring alongside monsters or battling them with friends, we've got something for you. First, let's dive into the brand new story-based RPG entry to the series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
What are these transitions? Genshin Impact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, every time I see, like, a cartoony anime game, like, I will immediately say Genshin Impact.
He was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All around things just kept
I'm gonna do this until someone attacks me violently.
that guardian
I don't even play Genshin Impact. I didn't like. I played it for like a half hour. I didn't like it that much.
I went there to see Red's old monster again.
Yo, Breath of the Wild 2, Pog, yo.
Then of course, that's when I met you.
You were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny.
This is the legendary monster. Razewing Wrath.
British.
Monster with the wings of ruin.
I'm British.
It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin. The pits are
That is not what this is.
and they're emitting
I know what you're talking about, and I hate that I know what you're talking about. But this is not that. This is Monster Hunter.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And
They should put White Yoda in this game.
and riders are just like your
Well,
with Tsukino.
they got Soul Bad Guy in there.
What kind of power does Ratha really have? Why are all of these pits appearing? And who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves? All I have
That's what I want to know.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too.
Don't feel emotion, idiot.
Protect him no matter what. I can sense the flames of his life force weakening. The burden of such great power is too much for his body to bear.
I like that they've decided that the Rathalos is the best monster in the game.
A voice.
They're right.
Can you hear it?
Tog for Monster Hunter.
Riders can bond with monsters. Surely you can groove with fellow humans.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsties. Humans carry the strength of
They're
everyone.
monsties?
That makes them strong. My friends here taught me that.
Run that by me again?
I
They're
believe
what?
in the strength of humanity.
Wings of Ruin. That looks cute. That looks cute. Oh, fuck off, Capcom. And we're very excited to announce that we'll keep updating this game because we didn't finish it. Fuck you. You know how many times I've heard that at D3 already, Capcom? Come on. I don't want any of, like, any developer to ever again say, like, oh, and we're gonna continuously update the game, and it's gonna be awesome. Because what that translates to is buy the game, idiot, or else we will not continue to update it.
Right? And how about that announcement? The canine companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update coming soon after the game's release. You can get an early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin trial version starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
The first Monster Hunter stories had a problem where Japan had updates, but it never got updated overseas. What the fuck? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I hate that developers are like, oh, we'll continuously update it. They won't. If they do not get the sales they want to see, they will not update the game. Game isn't even out yet, but they're announcing updates? Yeah. Every developer does this, and they expect us to get excited about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm so excited that you didn't finish your game. This Monster Hunter Rise footage would probably mean a lot more to me if I played more than 2 hours of it. Fashion victim? I'd love to hear about the fashion victim. So excited to wait for a free update. Play possum. Thank God. And now you can play dead in Monster Hunter Rise. Gam Gam would never do that. Oh, there's paid DLC? Fuck. Man, I don't want to pay for Monster Hunter Rise DLC. Monster Hunter Rise roadmap. Why did the Monster Hunter Rise roadmap include Monster Hunter Stories too? Soul Bad Guy is the fashion victim with all his belt buckles.
Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will have new chapters to explore.
Ah, Penis Wright.
The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. North American
Penis Wright fans. It's your time, baby.
On the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan. You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now, let's hear more about the story.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
These transitions are so fucking funny. I wish that every E3 show had them. Ah, they're British! Boo! Boo! I don't know why I'm so riled up right now. It's because my internet's, like, dying. I have to entertain myself somehow, because the stream's, like, definitely, like, dying right now.
You must have heard of me.
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san.
Let us engage in the art of deduction. Mr. Naruhodo. Well,
Investigate the scene of the crime. Penis fright! Eek! Yo, that's like the one song that was like the penis eek. Pretty good song.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Objection.
So wait, this is just Phoenix Wright but British.
objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
You're the best lawyer in the world.
I've heard like mixed things about these games.
So we have 10 new cases and 8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look.
And we will not be announcing a new game.
New to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination.
Yeah, no, I've dropped like 50% of frames. I would be surprised if you guys weren't like 2 minutes behind.
Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
so this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
I'm in England. Fucking British.
While investigating to prove your client's innocence, players will come across conspicuous situations that require further examination with the help of Rianovsky's legal aid Susato and the brilliance of deduction from Detective Herlock.
Yeah, it's hereditary to be a fucking lawyer in this universe.
Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed.
I'm gonna destroy you with logic and reasoning. Okay, don't mess with me. Where's Ace Attorney Investigations 2 then? They're not ready. Well, they can't name him Sherlock Holmes. They'll get sued by the fucking estate. He needs to, but like, naming him Sherlock Holmes is fine. Because you can write it off as a parody.
Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions.
You know what the flaw was with your deduction? So bad guy.
At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery. As players present new evidence and observations, Herlock will amend his deductions based on the new information.
And we're gonna be giving Herlock the gay potion.
Yunosuke and Herlock enter into a semi-metaphorical, semi-literal dance that brings them to the conclusion of the dance of deduction.
What? 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 What is happening? But check this out. But this happens. He did it. Soul Bad Guy did it.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice, one black, representing a guilty verdict, and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
Yo, let's be poop quality. Maybe that'll make the stream run better.
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors to call out the flaws in their logic.
Poop quality is not helping out. Capcom spoilers. They're spoiling the case?
Be ready to provide evidence in the court record.
Oh shit. Hold on. Steampunk criminal justice system. Oh, like Codename Steam? Like awesome Codename Steam?
Each juror you persuade will send a fiery ball towards the scales above and literally tip the scales of justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help prove your client's innocence.
Okay, so there's like an actual jury in this game? You know, I never thought about how funny it is that they don't have a jury in, like, the real Phoenix Wright games. Is that just, like, not a thing in Japan? Is, like, a jury not a thing in Japan? They just let the judge determine everything?
Already seems like I have a bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. That's a look at the new premieres from Capcom. But what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from two of the stars of Capcom.
Esports.
Rob TV and Vicious.
What?
They'll tell us what's been going on with Capcom esports, including updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters. Over to you guys.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Capcom esports presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious.
What, like, esports game does Capcom even own? Oh, wait, Street Fighter, right? I'm an idiot. Never mind. Take it back. I take back what I said.
Street Fighter 5, Capcom E3, it just feels right and you feel the electricity in the air. Nice! That was nasty! And there might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't fully know what competitive Street Fighter...
Not a thing in Japan. Okay. God, chat is so behind. You guys are still at Penis, right? I'm at Street Fighter Esports.
Our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it. That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best in your region, sign up. Capcom Pro Tour.
Yeah, I've never played Street Fighter. I think I'm the best on Staten Island, though. Who's gonna stop me?
So in this year's CPC overall, it's a series of tournaments that have $5,000 on the line for each tournament. But that money alone, that's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
Just resetting grand finals of Capcom Cup.
So behind me, you can see.
I love how hype, like, everyone was, and then just the guy with the controller was like, yeah, whatever.
And that's a place that you are very, very familiar with.
Everybody else was like, oh my god, you just pulled off the craziest move in the world, and he was just sitting there like, yeah, whatever.
Speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 30.
Will they bring back Darkstalkers?
Spanning across 19 different territories, so there's so many opportunities for players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season.
Where's Mega Man? You guys are expecting Mega Man?
Into what we can expect for 2021. And Bago is your first qualifier for Japan.
Played one fighting game and it wasn't even a good one? That could be any of them. Oh! Someone on r/Kappa is making fun of me as we speak. Hey, if you're on r/Kappa, all I'm gonna say about that is, well, I hope you enjoy your empty bedroom every night. Ayo. I'm a little fucked up tonight. I don't know why this Capcom conference is bringing out the worst in me.
Non-stop action, 6 teams of 3 duke it out in this battle tournament series to see who will walk away with the championship and the $150,000 prize. Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have 1v1 content, but now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore. Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year.
You know what, though? This is better than Square Enix's conference still, by far.
Let's not forget, the Intel World Opening is
Yeah, they shut off the Resident Evil Village stuff already.
representing 11 regions around the world are competing for their place in the World Finals happening next month. Be sure to check out the official website for more information, including current standings and broadcast schedule. To commemorate this event, everyone who logged in during this period will receive an exclusive competitor title and dojo object. You do not want to miss this. I highly recommend everyone to stay tuned for future Capcom Pro Tour updates on the Capcom Fighters channel. And again, we've had so many events so far. We started off with the Japan region. We've had a couple of more events going on afterwards, but the action does not stop. In fact, we're going to be continuing off with the Midwest region for the Capcom Pro Tour. I know you're definitely excited about that. 100%. I mean, of course, your boy is from Ohio. Make sure you guys tune in to see the tournament. You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter V players in the world compete head-to-head.
So it's you. I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
This is a game about being a world warrior.
This is a pretty funny montage. I use montage a lot.
I'm the best in the world. This game has changed the lives of so many people here.
Oh my god, did my stream just decide now to go to normal? Like right at the end of this conference, that's when my stream goes normal? That's really funny.
Thanks, guys. It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw. Resident Evil Village is back with the latest installment of the survival horror experience and RE-verse as part of the franchise.
Yeah, Resident Evil 8 is already out.
New adventures to embark on
Well, RE-verse.
Monster Hunter, with Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, and Monster Hunter Rise. And don't forget to go back in time with the great Ace Attorney Chronicles to tap into the family history of Phoenix Wright and solve new cases. Finally,
Those video game trailers were... Yeah, this was, like, fine. It was, like I think it helped that they set up the expectation that this wasn't gonna be anything. Like, Twitch Gaming wasn't streaming this. Like, nobody was expecting anything out of it.
AKA Seltzer, thank you for being part of the Capcom experience at E3 this year.
And I gotta be honest, they probably announced more good things than Square Enix did. It's like they set up the expectation that there wasn't really gonna be much. At least for me. It's just, like, okay. They didn't really show anything new. Yeah, that's the weird thing, is that they didn't show anything we didn't know about. I mean, it's cool that we got, like, new trailers for it, but, like, why make a big deal about being at E3 if you don't really have much to show for it? Listen, all I'm saying is that Limited Run Games announced plumbers don't wear ties. And, like, that's still the most insane announcement. That's probably the most insane announcement of all E3, is that plumbers don't wear ties is back for some reason. I'm just like curious. I also just realized I haven't had the pop filter on this whole time. I'm like curious what the hell, like, happened to get plumbers don't wear ties at, like, Limited Run Games thing. I honestly have, like, nothing else to say about Capcom because they didn't show anything. Capcom's conference was, like, all stuff we knew about, and it was, like, fine. Like, not the worst thing. And yeah, they didn't promise anything crazy, so I didn't expect anything crazy. If any of you were expecting Mega Man stuff, I'm so sorry that Capcom brutally murdered you again. Why was Capcom even there? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. It was mainly just, like, DLC and updates and, like, a couple things. I mean, like, they showed some, like... Really, the only, like, new stuff we saw was RE-verse and, what is it? Monster Hunter Stories, too. And, like, we knew about those, but at least that's, like, something that's not out yet. Everything else was like, oh, this already exists. These are just updates and stuff. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is, like, a crazy big announcement for some people. But, I mean, we already knew about that, and also, like, was thinking they'd reveal the last Street Fighter V Season 5 character. What the fuck? I didn't even know that was going on. And they didn't show that. Also, yeah, it's like, they're not gonna get a whole lot of new people on board with it. I don't know how much, like, the Phoenix Wright trilogy has sold compared to the old games, but, like, I imagine most people who are super interested in, like, Ace Attorney up till now have, like, played it in some form. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still inclined to not call this a bad conference, even though, like, it probably is. Because it's just, like, there was no expectations here. There was no expectation of anything grander. That, like, the fact that this wasn't hyped up like fucking Ubi Forward or Square Enix's conference honestly makes it better than both of them. Just because they didn't try and bullshit everyone and be like, yeah, we're gonna have some crazy announcements, and then everything they announced was like a wet fart. God, I'm still not over that fucking Square Enix conference. That Square Enix conference was fucking bad. I missed dinner for that. That's what I'm most pissed off about, is that I missed dinner for Square Enix. That's it? No Smash? What? Just feels odd that they had a conference at all. Oh, for sure. I mean, once again, it's just like a digital showcase. I'm sure they didn't intend to hype it up like a conference, and I don't feel like that's what it ever was. But it is like, yeah, there wasn't really much there. But also, limited run game showed Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. What the fuck? How the fuck is Plumbers Don't Wear Ties still allowed to exist in the modern age? That, like, I would have assumed Plumbers Don't Wear Ties would have died with the 3DO. Dude, like, the new versions, like, you're not gonna be able to uncensor the nudity. You're not gonna be able to uncensor the nudity. It's like God. Everything I remember about Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is literally from the AVGN episode. They are going to cancel Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Think Limited Run also showed some Ruby thing. Well, I'm probably more likely to try Plumbers Don't Wear Ties than a Ruby thing, so I guess that's something. It's a lot. I'm not surprised this was nothing. Not surprised. It would have been cool if they tossed in, like, one new announcement, like, even if it was, like, a teaser or something, but they didn't even do that. It's really funny. They didn't give a fuck. Capcom did not give a fuck. Oh, they're gonna make a Miku Miku dance clone. I can't wait for the Ruby girls to go, everybody, rock your body. They announced that there would be RE8 DLC. I suppose so. I suppose that's true. I don't know. That was an E3. I think that was an E3. I'm not, like, that didn't anger me. It didn't make me feel much, but it didn't anger me. That was the E3 this year. Yeah, thanks for taking us. No problem, guys. Those video game trailers were... I mean, I think what also helped is that was, like, under a half hour, so they also saved themselves a lot of embarrassment. Fucking 20 minutes of Marvel at Square Enix's conference. Like, fuck's sake. I still feel like they had, like, Capcom had more to show than fucking Square Enix did. And, like, Capcom didn't even have much to show. But I still felt like Square Enix had, like, new games, but they were all, like, okay. But why? Legends of Mana looks nice, though. Legends of Mana do look nice, though. But, that was a show. That was a show. Thank you all for joining me. Tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Nintendo Direct happens, and I will be watching that. Hopefully I won't be super tired for that, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming on very short notice. But, yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing. And we got one last announcement. Street Fighter V is being shut down.